Students, now let us come to the continuation of the chapter, the Constitution, Government System and their Social Concern. Now let us discuss about Union Executive, President and Council of Ministers. The executive also plays an important role in policy formula and lawmaking. We shall now discuss about the role of the President, Council of Ministers and Prime Minister in the executive. President is the head of the three military forces, Army, Navy and Air Force. The first citizen and the constitutional head. All constitutional appointments are done by the President. The President declares war or emergency. The President exercises his powers through the Council of Ministers under the leadership of Prime Minister. The President is supreme, but he is not directly elected by the people and is not answerable to Parliament. He does not exercise his power at his or her own discretion, but only under advice of Council of Ministers. But the President can exercise his powers to appoint the Prime Minister at his own will. The President can also return a bill passed by the Parliament for reconsideration. Similarly, the President can return a recommendation made by the Prime Minister and the Cabinet. Our next topic is Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. The President is supported and advised by the Council of Ministers. The head of the Council of Ministers is Prime Minister. The President appoints the leader who has the majority in the Lok Sabha as the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister chooses the Council of Ministers. The Prime Minister is the bridge between the Lok Sabha and President. The Prime Minister controls both the legislature and the executives. The majority in the Lok Sabha is needed to appoint a Prime Minister and form a government. A majority means having the support of more than half the total members of the Lok Sabha. The current Lok Sabha has 543 members. The Lok Sabha members belong to different political parties such as Congress Party, Bharatiya Janata Party, Samajwadi Party, Bahujan Samaj Party, Communist Party, etc. Several parties are regional parties such as Trinamool Congress, Shiromani Akali Dal and Assam Gana Parishad. Each party has its ideology and policies on the basis of which they contest elections. Candidates from these parties enter the Lok Sabha after winning the election. If any single party win 272 or more seats in the Lok Sabha, then its leader is appointed as the Prime Minister. The cabinet works under the leadership of the Prime Minister. All the ministers have to support each other's work and cannot criticize one another either in the Lok Sabha or in the public forum. So they work in cooperation with each other and with the Prime Minister. If the Lok Sabha express no confidence in any one minister, then the entire Council of the Minister has to resign. Now let us discuss about the judiciary. The main function of the judiciary is to protect the rights of citizens. Our constitution also provides many layered judicial system. Courts have been established from the district level to the national level. Each state has a high court with a supreme court being the highest court of the country. In every society, there are conflicts between individuals and the government. It is essential to have an independent organization that can resolve such conflicts by principle of rule of law. It means that everyone, rich or poor, woman or man, or backward, are equal before the eyes of the law and are subjected to the same law. The judiciary protects the right of individuals, resolves conflicts according to the law. President appoints judges on the advice of the Chief Justice. Under his system, the Chief Justice presents the names of potential candidates to the President after taking the advice of 4 senior judges of the Supreme Court. The President chooses the judges among the proposed names. Judges have a fixed period. They serve until their retirement. They are removed from their post only under exceptional circumstances. Thus, the judiciary is free from party politics and other pressure and can function independently. Now let us discuss about the judicial system in India. Number one, that is Supreme Court of India. Supreme Court has a special place in the Constitution. Main function of Supreme Court include the following: Supreme Court appeals civil, criminal and constitutional cases, settle disputes between the central and states and between states, advise the president on any law or matter of public importance. See now High Court. It can hear appeal discussion of lower courts. It can settle cases within the jurisdiction of the states. It can file written petition. See here District Court. We will discuss on District Court. It can hear cases fields in the district. It can hear appeals on discussion of lower courts. It passes discussion on criminal cases. So next, subordinate court. It can hear civil and criminal suits. So my dear children, thank you children. We will discuss our remaining topic in our next video. Till stay home, stay safe.